Thank goodness everything's working today. Because I got here a little late. So, hi friends. It's time for our weekly check-in. See how you're doing, see how I'm doing, see how we're all doing. I'm getting excited. This weekend is our, I guess, baby shower 1 out of 2. So we split it up. So friends and soccer, no, say that different. Family and my kind of more suburban soccer family friends are throwing me a shower this weekend. And then my city friends, because here in Chicago, there's not always a lot of fans of crossing over. Suburban people like to stay in the suburbs and city people like to stay in the city. Of course, there's exceptions to that, but if we are trying to be crowd pleasers, we're doing what we're doing here, which is having 2 separate showers. So shower 1 out of 2 is this weekend, and I am just so excited. I love the invitations, the style, the vibe of everything is flowery and kind of like a pinkish color, but not too pink, like not too girly pink, but like a pink I love, and I'm just over the moon, like excited for it. But am I ready? Heck no. Yesterday, Bert and I went to Target. Now we have a registry. We have we've got Baby List we're on, and then we're also registered at Amazon and Target. And Kelly actually helped so much one night, like for over an hour. She was like explaining things to us, and she's like, these are your options, this is what you need, this is what you can get as a hand-me-down. And I tried to keep up with notes and everything. Now we built our registry, and it wasn't quite like complete, so I'm like, Bert, why don't we go to the store instead of doing all of our shopping online and actually see things, like touch and feel and pick things out that we, like we've actually seen. And there's not many things left. There was like, for example, like a thermometer that was out of stock. And I'm like, well, let's just go to the store and pick out one that is in stock and, whatever. It's a thermometer. But there's a million thermometers. And that's the scary part. Now, I have a huge problem where when it comes to choosing between lots of different colors or styles or models or whatever, I freeze. I do. And if it weren't for Bert, we wouldn't get anywhere with the registry. That's for sure. So, hi, if anyone's watching for the first time, I'm Lynn. I live stream every Monday about our life as, becoming parents. Been through quite a journey. I am pregnant, expecting our baby girl in August 21st to be specific is the due date. So if you're watching, feel free to say hi in the comments. Let me know you're there. If you're watching in the replay, same thing. Feel free to share in the comments that you caught the replay. Okay. And I know I started a few minutes late today. Work is insane in the summertime, and then pile on top of that the need to try and give other people my job while I prepare for maternity leave. I guess we should call it maternity job too. It's hard not to get stressed out, but I'm trying really hard to be okay. And I think I'm there, but who knows? So hey, mom, dad are watching. Hey, Paul, thanks for watching. Appreciate it. I think today I'm chatting about kind of just feeling like how overwhelming it is to put together a shopping list for something you really don't know what to expect. It's almost like if you've never done like catering before or you're not even really a cook, and someone's like, hey, can you cater this party for 100 people? Like, what are you going to go and buy? And what tools do you need? And like, which one are the best? And which ones aren't going to break down on you, when everything's heating up. And then which ones can you get, used kitchen supplies from your friends who aren't using them anymore. So, that's where I'm at. I'm trying to remember very carefully whether Kelly said she was giving me a hand-me-down of like a baby carrier, or if we were supposed to register for one that we liked. I can't remember. And now I'm like, oh no. Am I supposed to put this on my list or not? So, anyway. Yeah. I don't know if you can hear, but above me is Imani saying hello to you. She's upstairs, and she has found like a direct spot above where she can hear me and I can hear her through the floor. Because I'm in the basement and she's right upstairs in the kitchen or living room. So that's kind of fun. I don't know. Okay, so what I'm going through here with
Hi.
Bye. Yo, girls, hi, live stream. If you guys couldn't hear me. Wait, where's the bit? Is this it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hi, babe.
Hi. That was me talking because I'm the favorite. Bye.
You're leaving?
I gotta go first.
Okay. That was fun. Imani's going to finish dinner. Bert's off to a soccer game. And I'm here hanging with you for a few more minutes, letting you know what life feels like right now. Do you feel overwhelmed with new things ever, where you're trying to do something new and you just don't know what tools you need, what supplies you need, and do you feel overwhelmed? Now, is this common? Make me feel a little bit better here. Like, what do you do to overcome this? What are your tips and tricks? Do you call a friend? Do you do a ton of research? I'm a researcher. I have a pet peeve with reviews these days online because I feel like they're made up by fake buyers, whether they're bots or the company themselves, creating accounts, buying their stuff just so they can leave a review. I just feel very misled by the internet when it comes to buying things sometimes. So it's hard. Do you feel this way too? Do you feel misled by the internet and reviews, or do you trust them? Yeah, and here's the thing. I did read an article or listen to a podcast once that made a really good point, which is when you make a decision on something, your brain somehow usually just justifies that decision once you're using it or doing it or with that person or whatever it is, that choice you made. Like, you just adapt to that choice. So all the research in the world, trying to prepare to make sure that you're setting yourself up for success or happiness or whatever the goal of your research is, I guess doesn't matter that much. Now, I think that there's obviously exceptions to this, but is all the time spent researching and picking out things meticulously worth it, instead of just pick something and then, the few times it doesn't work out, if you have to replace it or whatever, that's a lot less time, I don't know, than all that research and stress that you put yourself through. I think I'm kind of just trying to convince myself of this right now. Guys, I can't pick out a dress for the shower. I'm overwhelmed a little bit that I don't have hair or makeup or nails or anything booked or planned for the shower, and I want to feel pretty. And I want to feel pretty because I'm fine with my normal day-to-day look. I show up here every Monday, you see me at my end of the work day look and feel, but on Saturday for the shower, I want to feel pretty because I'm the guest of honor. Yeah. Marcus, hello. And Paul made a very good point here. I'm sure Bert can make your dress choices. So Bert actually has, throughout I'd say throughout the second half of our relationship together, surprised me with blouses and dresses and shorts and all sorts of cute outfits. And he just does such a great job and gets me things I probably wouldn't have picked for myself. And anytime I wear those things, people are like, oh my God, I really like that on you. So maybe you're right, Paul. I think maybe this is a job for Bert. Have him just pick out my outfit. Why didn't I think of that? I'm really glad that we had this chat. Yeah, and you're right. Any choice that we make will probably work, and I think that that's the truth there. I don't think we're going to get a crib and be like, man, I really wish we went with that one with the round bars instead of the square bars. Like, we're going to, whatever it is that we get, we're going to be like, yep, this works. All right, so my dad's saying, the good old days, go to a store and pick from 1 or 2 choices. Now you have Amazon and tens of choices. Yeah, it's frustrating as heck. Not just Amazon, but then you have to price compare, right, across all the different stores online. And what's more important, having it shipped overnight, or, waiting a week and saving $10. It's a lot to sift through and figure out what your priorities are. Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to move on from that. But thank you guys, because I feel a little bit better, actually. I've got a plan now, having Bert pick out the outfit. But I do want to, I gotta figure out how I'm going to feel pretty for Saturday. I'll make some time for myself. So, I'm going to kind of come back to something I brought up and shared with you guys a week or 2 ago, which was about gestational diabetes, or diabetes. How is it the other way they say it? Diabetes. I don't know. I say diabetes. I don't think that's wrong. But anyway, I've been doing fine with it. There were a few meals where my blood sugar is going up, and I wasn't sure why. And I'm continuing to do a little bit more planning so that I can figure out the proteins, which are very important, because if you have protein, it helps slow down the blood sugar, how fast the blood sugar is absorbed into your body. I think that's that's the right way to do it. I'm not a doctor, but I spent a lot of time yesterday because I found that the breakfast sandwiches that I make, and I described in great detail to you last week, and I thought we're doing fine. Last week, or over the past 3 days, my blood sugar spiked 3 days in a row from having that. And so I'm like, well, I guess my body is changing, as they warned me it might. And I can no longer have my favorite breakfast sandwiches for in the mornings. So what I found is, I'm like, well, why don't I try a shake? Shakes are easy because I need something quick, ready to go. Found a recommended protein powder by another pregnant mom with gestational diabetes who had some recipes. Got the ingredients, made a chart on paper of how much protein's in each, how many carbs are in each, pulled out my list from the doctor that said how many of each I'm supposed to have, and then meticulously kind of matched up the ingredients that I could put together to give me those numbers. And I did it. I'm so proud of myself. I got my protein, I got my berries, and I got the almond milk, and even with the strawberries and bananas instead of the mixed berries. Strawberries and bananas had a higher sugar, like slightly, content. I still did fine. And I'm like, finally, I have a breakfast that is safe. And then I also made myself like a chart of when I should be eating and what snacks I should be having. So planning is going a long way. So I don't know. I feel like I wish I could just have like a video where I share this whole gestational diabetes journey. I'm part of a group, and maybe I should post something in there and just kind of, I don't know, put that there. I want this information to be helpful for someone. But if you're going through this, or even regular diabetes, it's like, I get it. It's not easy. You have to take time. You have to invest in like figuring out what your body's doing. Like if you don't keep track of what you're eating and doing the testing on time, you can't adjust. So anyway, when you need him to choose, just say #BertMe. I like that, Paul. That's a good idea. He's not watching right now, but I think he'll appreciate that. I'll definitely let him know you said it. Yeah. And yeah, just eating is so difficult, Dad. And I'm so jealous and so appreciative of when I'll be able to go back to eating things that are like on the do not eat list for me right now. So after baby comes and I have these like this freedom to kind of go back to eating what I want, I'm going to savor cookies and donuts and pizza and burgers with a bun and fried chicken sandwiches with pickles again. And I'm going to enjoy every single bite. And I hope that when you have your dinner tonight or your meals tomorrow, enjoy it. Don't just put it in your face. Appreciate it, okay? Can you do that? I will say, silver lining on all this, and then I'm probably going to wrap this up for today so I can go and actually have my dinner on my scheduled time. I have noticed that I feel better. My body seems to be healthier because of all this. I'm getting around better. I'm in less pain. I noticed that my round ligament pain, I haven't been hurting for a while now. I don't even know when it stopped. But I'm like, wow, I'm moving around. And guess what, guys? When I was at Target yesterday, the good part of like the whole Target experience, because otherwise the whole thing to me was like the worst Target experience ever, because I just froze. I don't think I bought anything except for one little like rattle thing that was really cute. That's the only thing I could pick out. But when we were checking out, oh, and we got a new hamper, but that's besides the fact. We needed that for a very long time. The lady at the checkout counter, she's like, you're moving around really good. Like, when are you due? And I told her, she's like, wow, some women come in here and they can barely walk when they're at that stage. And I don't know if she was just being nice or what, but it felt really good for her to say that. And I took it. I soaked it in and I was like, yeah, I feel awesome. So thank you, lady. Thank you for saying that. You made my day. Yeah. And yeah, you know what, honestly, like so Paul's saying that's cool that you found some recipes. So honestly, the recipes out there for diabetes are so, you can do specifically for gestational diabetes, which isn't that different from other diabetes. It's going to be a little cleaner ingredients for baby. Like the protein that I found is all plant-based and clean, and it's not going to have like a whole bunch of like muscle building proteins, right? It's more just about like the plant proteins that is good for your body or healthy for a pregnant body. It can be healthy for other bodies too, but anyway, so there's a lot of information out there, and I'm thankful for other women that put their experiences online so that women like me can follow along. And hey, who knows? Maybe me putting my experience on here too is helping someone else along. So yeah. Yeah, my dad has a comment here about after baby you may be concentrating losing pregnancy weight. I think that this is be careful, like, yes and no. So I think that the important part after pregnancy is really just recovering. I don't think it's necessarily about losing your pregnancy weight. I think it's just about taking care of your body. And there's so many things that come into that recovery. One of the things is, I talked about my fear that my abs were splitting last week, more than they should ahead of time. And I found out that it wasn't the case, luckily for me, but it does happen. So a lot of times that, women, that'll be a thing that they focus on is just trying to rehab their abdominal muscles. Some women don't have to worry about that at all, and other women, they do. But I think, honestly, like, there's such I don't know, weight loss is, I hate that that's still a thing that we're so focused on in society. I think that it's way more important to just take care of our bodies, right? Like, I don't know. I think that my generation, and I'm 40, so maybe this generation kind of expands, in maybe 10 years in each direction. It's like there was such a focus on being thin and kind of having this, like, I don't know, ideal body type. And I struggle because, like, I think that it did affect me, and I was, when I did start to put on weight at certain times in my life, like, it was, I shamed myself, and I'm like, oh my God, I can't look like this. But luckily I've always kind of found myself in groups where getting healthy was the focus, not weight loss was the focus. So anyway, I just want to address that. Like, I'm in the mindset of healthy body, taking care of ourselves, and that is more important than necessarily losing weight and trying to get our bodies back to something that, is really difficult to do after pregnancy. I think it's more important to mentally work on accepting ourselves and the changes that our body went through. So I don't know. Did I disagree with me if you want to, but I don't know. That's where I stand. I have to do a lot of preparation for this myself, because trying to be thin and getting used to my changing body has been something that that stresses me. So yeah. Anyway. Hi, Kelly. Thanks for saying hi. I did talk about you a little bit earlier and how helpful you were with building our registry. I may need to hit you up with some questions, because you gave a lot of information, and I wrote down a lot of notes, but I have questions again. Okay. And yeah, Dad's agreeing. Healthy, good way to look at it. So, but when that baby comes and she's out, I will spoil myself with some wine and sushi and a big sandwich with bread on it. Oh my God. So that's my live stream for today, guys. I appreciate you hanging out. Hope that you have a great week. Hopefully, summertime is here, and you're preparing and making your own plans and living your best life. I will tell you how the shower goes when I see you next Monday, and then shower number 2 is coming up in July, and that's a whole different theme, and I'm excited for both, and just feel so lucky to be celebrated with friends and family as we welcome our little girl. All right, and just for funs, I'm going to show my belly today, because I feel like it really does look like, and I don't know if you can hear me, but it looks like I have a bowling ball under my shirt. Okay, wait. 2-minute encore here. We celebrated Imani's birthday over the weekend. She turned 14 yesterday. We had a bowling party for her on Saturday. Mom and Dad came out and were there to give us extra adult supervision. These kids had such a great time. It was cosmic bowling. It was so much fun. She had the best time with her friends and really appreciated everything, I could tell. And then yesterday on her actual birthday, she got to meet up with a friend that she hasn't seen in a long time. And they went to the movies, and it was a great weekend for her. She loved the gifts we got her. And we can all feel that the end is coming soon. We don't have a date yet when she'll be leaving, but we know that it's coming soon, and things have been very, supportive in the house. Like, everybody's appreciating each other, and it's not our worst fears, which was her, trying to push away. So I'm thankful for that every day too, because things could be a lot worse right now. So, yeah. And Kelly is just adding a comment here, which I appreciate. 100%, Lynn. Before I can focus on weight loss, my body has to be ready to do the things it used to do to stay fit. Exactly. 100%. Just, recovering and just rebuilding, the parts of your body that have changed. Thanks, Kelly, for saying that. Yeah. Okay. Well, thanks, everyone. And next week, maybe we'll have more updates about Imani. We'll have more updates about shower, and maybe we'll even start working on the nursery and chat about that. Thanks for hanging out with me, checking in, and have a great week. I'll see you next Monday. Bye.